Hello everyone, welcome to Red Dragon Model Works. I'm trying to do this recording on a mic stand, so I got my phone up in the air, so I try it this way, see how it works out. I'm working on this guy, the Cylon Raider. So if you stick around, I'll show you exactly what I'm doing. Trying to get this one ready for the diorama. Alright, as you guys can see, I'm going to go in here and remove most of it. I don't think I'll get it all off, but I'll get most of it. So I'm just going to wet it and just let it sit for a second. I'm going to redo these guns here with some brass tubing. So all I want to do is, for right now though, is get some of this off. And it's coming off. You know, this was my first attempt at weathering anything, and I didn't like it then, and that's why I never show it. But you got to show your stuff, man. I mean, if you screw up and you can help somebody else out, why not? So you can see, I'm just going to go in here and try to get some of this out of there. I don't want all of it out. I just want to get some of it out of there. And then I'll go in with some pastels, I think. I was going to use some AK products, but I think I want to mix my own. You know, add some brown, some black, a little red in there. So, but yeah, that's what where I'm at the moment. And this is going to be part of my Battlestar Galactica diorama. Alright guys, I'm going to try to replace those guns. So I got a piece of brass here, brass tubing, right there. So I'm going to put it in here, like so. Just like that. Now I had thought about maybe a smaller piece like this, and that might suit my purposes. Let me see. Now see, I also have this, and this is just a little, well, they're about the same size, I would think. Actually, this is bigger. So let me cut a small piece off of this. The only reason I don't want to use this is because it's too it's not as thick as that brass is. It moves around a little, and I don't think I have this size in brass. No, I don't have that. So this might be somewhat better. And then take this piece right here. Excuse me just a second, guys. I know I'm not in frame there. No, that's too big. Well, I don't know. This is too small, and that might, well, here, let me cut a piece here real quick. Let's see if this will work. Might. So, get that in there. There we go. And then I have this little awl here. I'll open it up on one end. Yeah, you know, I kind of like that better. Alright. I'll be right back. Right. Just want to show you guys some little guns I made. So these guns are going to replace the ones that were broke here. So I'm going to have to drill a little hole and then put them right up in here. So let me get that all set up and lower this camera a little bit more. Give me a second here and I'll do that. I'll get that right about there. And I'll get my... Alright, I got one gun in, guys. And as you can see, I'm attempting to drill out this other one right here. See? I got one in there now. Whoop. Right there. So I'm letting that set up. Don't look too bad. I mean, once that dries up a little bit, I'll put some putty around here, some epoxy sculpt, and then I'll shape it. But it'll work, you know, for my purposes for right now. It's better than not having the guns in there. So what I'm doing now is just drilling a hole here, and I'll show you guys what I did. It's a little difficult because of the way the arc of this is. So I'm going to have to do some modification on this in order to get that a stand in there also. So now I'm waiting for something to come in for the Viper, and I have to order some paints. That won't be till next week. So I figured the time I have, I might as well put that into getting this guy ready. Just a little bit more. A couple more turns. So alright, and there she is. Now I just gotta glue it down, so what I'll do there is just dip this into some CA and just right there, and then hold it. Make sure that it's not crooked. Yeah, she's moving around on me a little bit. There we go. Okay. And there she is. There's the guns. Alright, let me let that dry a little bit. We're going to shoot this in clear. Alright, I think I may have figured out a way to mount this Cylon Raider. There's a underneath here, you see that? That's from the how you mount the base. So I took a piece of a clothes hanger. You know, it's very, very solid, very, very strong, and bent it on an angle. So now, remember I was talking about I want them to be flying at each other. So I want this one like this, almost on this angle like this, and I want the Colonial Viper coming at it, you know, like they're doing a head-on pass. So I'm going to take this, I bent one end of it, and if I stick that in there like that, right in there, with some epoxy, 5-minute epoxy sculpt, or just regular epoxy, and just sit that in there like that, epoxy that in there, and then take some epoxy sculpt or putty, I'd rather use epoxy sculpt and then cover that up and then sand it and then shoot it and paint it. See that? There it is. There's the angle I want. So this guy will be coming at him like so. I mean, I could also always move this too, you know, like a little bit more on an extreme if I want. But as it stands, it'll be like this here, you know, almost like this. So, which means I gotta hold off. I don't want to mount this just yet because I still have to figure out a way to do this. But I think that's what I'm going to do, guys. Just like that. That'll save me from having to drill into here or here or anywhere like that. I can use the existing hole here. And the way I got that bent with some epoxy, 5-minute epoxy, get that in here. Once I got the base together, figure out exactly how I want it, and it'll be, this is strong enough to hold it. That's right here. So yeah, there it is. Alright, well, at least I can, I'll shoot this right now and I'll weather it, so I'll be right back. Alright guys, there she is for now. Excuse me. She feels dry to the touch, but it's only been about 20 minutes since I sprayed this on there. So I'm going to let it sit overnight. There, you see it got a nice heavy coat on there. She didn't orange peel. Nice and smooth. I mean, it came out really nice. So I want to let that sit a little bit, you know, make sure it dries. So I'll update it again tomorrow. I'll get back at it. But I guess what I'm going to use, I was thinking about using some AKs, you know, and I got nothing against them. I really like AK products. But I think I'm going to mix up my own with some pastels. So I got a nice set here of pastels. As you can see, I've already used some. So what I think I'm going to do with this is I'll probably mix up a combination of these, and then you got some of the browns, the reds, and then mix up a couple of them. That one right there, and the gray, maybe a hint of blue, and then you got these here. So I'll mix up my own, you know, and get a variety of colors in there, you know, instead of just the browns and the rust and all that. You know, you want the little nuances in there. So that's what I'm going to do for weathering. And I think what I'll do is I'll go in like right in here, and then in right between these panels, and then a little bit out like that. So I don't want to mess with it right now because, again, I just shot it, and I think I'm going to let it sit 24 hours to make sure it settles real nice. So that's it for now, guys. I don't know, it's about 9 o'clock at night, you know, somewhere around there. No, I don't think it's that late. But I'll get at it early in the morning, man. I'd like to get this done at least sometime this weekend so I can start figuring out how I'm going to mount all these. And then I'll start working on this. Now I'm thinking about ordering some photo etch for inside here. It's like 20 something bucks on ParaGrafix. You can get the photo etch for the inside of that, and then you can get the photo etch for these. But I was looking at it, and they got some really cool. I mean, the photo etch for this will make it really look nice. And I toyed with the idea of lighting it, but I don't think I'm going to do it with this one. I think I want to pick up another one and then light it, because they got some really cool kits for this, man. You know, some lighting kits. And I think once this one is all down, you know, glued in, and with some sand, it's going to take very little. It's going to take some, but not much. And then I got to paint that in there, you know, black, and then dry brush it, you know, with some aluminum or some steel or something in there, and weather that up. So before I paint all that, I'm going to have to take it apart and paint that little vent in there. So we'll see. Whoop. this guy fell out. They have some those ParaGrafix, like in here for this. They have some photo etch that goes in there. It looks really nice. You got all the tubing and stuff for that. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. You know, I think the set was like $26. You know, that's not too bad. You know, and being the Viper, and being that this is gonna go. They're gonna go like this here, guys. This one's gonna be like this, and this one's gonna be like this, almost. They're gonna be coming at each other. Something like that. So that's the way I'm gonna have them, like they're flying right past each other. A flyby. So you'll be able to look inside this cockpit. So I want to make sure that that cockpit has some really nice detail in it. So this is Red Dragon saying, you guys have a nice weekend. You know, stay safe, brothers. You know, enjoy your families, and by all means, man, keep slinging that styrene, man. Ciao, brothers. Peace.